Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video we will see how to filter data in Excel with VBA macros. Now to filter by several fields, so let's say we want to filter by home team and then by away team. We want to see only the games between Valencia and Barcelona, for example. So we would simply repeat this line of code twice. The first time we would filter by, and this is field 6, let's say first time we filter by Valencia. Now we have all the teams where Valencia is a home team. We don't need that. We don't need any operator here. And then in field 7, we filter by, and we also don't need any of this, we filter by Barcelona. So we're gonna get all the games between Valencia and Barcelona, which is only one, where Valencia plays home team and Barcelona plays away. There's another one on the other way around, but yeah, there is only one for one season. Yes. So maybe let's see a better example. Let's say we want to see all the games where the game ended 0-0. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10 and 11. We would filter field 10 by 0. So games with 0 goals, home goals, and then 11 games with 0 away goals. And then we will get all the games, and how many there are, yeah, with end result 0-0. And let's say we want to see if Barcelona ended 0-0 playing home. So we would do field 6 is the home team, criteria, Barcelona, and then we would see the games where Barcelona ended 0-0. So this was Barcelona against Rayo Vallecano and Barcelona against Girona 0-0. So we've applied now 3 lines, and we could apply as many as we need. We filter by field 10, and the order here doesn't really matter. We could have filtered by Barcelona first, and then by goals. But that's how it's done. So we can apply the auto filter as many times as we want. Now, the last thing I want to cover in this video is what do we do with this data, right? You filter and probably you want to do something. We can do a few things with the data. First of all, we can copy the data to some other sheet or another workbook, right? So if we want to copy this data, let's say to another sheet. So I'm going to have it in another sheet. There are a couple of ways to do it. So now remember, we are still with the used range that has been filtered. So if we are with range, we can apply special cells and only Excel cell type visible, only the visible cells we're gonna copy. And then we can say in sheet 2, I want to paste that. So this is gonna copy the filter data here, everything, and it's gonna put it in sheet 2, right? Let's run it. Now you see we've copied all the filter, the 2 rows, 2 or 3 with the headers in this other sheet. Now if you say, no, but I don't want to see everything. I just want to get the home team, away team, and goals. So somewhere between F and K. So then you come here and say, before special cells, you say, hey, columns F through K only. And let me maybe delete this so that we can see now what is happening. I run it, and now you see we only got what we wanted. Home team, away team, and goals, because we have specified only these columns. Now there's another way to do it, but this other way is is using the sheet, not the range. So we should go back to, we should be outside this, or I could simply write sheet 1, auto filter, range, and copy. And this is copying the, the data that has been filtered in sheet 1. So this is another way to do the same. If we copy this, now we can paste it in sheet 2 or whatever we want, right? So if I comment this, I run it, let me remove that, but this will now add all the fields. So the first method, run it, here we go. We have everything here. The first method has the advantage that we can target specific columns, while here we are doing everything. Now, another thing we can do is we can loop through the filtered data. So we are still using this example. It doesn't matter which one, right? But we only have 3 rows after filtering for games for Barcelona that ended 0-0 in the season 2022-2023. So we could loop with a for loop for each row, let's call it R, for each R in dot. Remember, we are in the use range that has been filtered. Now let's do a special cells. We're gonna loop only through the visible cells. So visible, and through the rows, for example. And we can get here, let me put it in a message box, we can get the R element dot row, so the row of the data that has been filtered. We go next. If I run this, you see we're gonna get row 1, yes, because it's the headers. Then we have row 5, and the other row that has been filtered is row 281. So in the same way, we could get some data looping through the filter data. We could get the time, the whatever, yeah, any data, the goals. So that's how we loop through the filtered data. And now another interesting thing is how many entries do we have after filtering? So we have here only 3 or 2. 2 entries have been filtered. 2 entries meet this criteria, right? If we want to get that number, let's put it in a variable. Let's call it filtered rows because, well, yeah, it's rows what we're interested in, right? Filtered rows equals, and there are also a couple of ways to do that. Probably the most effective way is using worksheet function dot count a. We're gonna check, you know, those functions count a is checking the cells with a content. And what we want to do here is in the filter range, but only in one of the columns, and let's choose maybe column 1, we use special cells with only visible cells and close the other parentheses. Let me move a little back so you see everything. So count A for the first column only and special cells. If we put this in a message box, and let me comment this, we're gonna get, well, for this example, 3. Actually, we need to deduct 1, which is the header. So we would get 2. Let's say instead of this criteria, I'm gonna comment this and I'm gonna have all the games where these 3 teams played, or maybe games played in August. So from 1st of August to L, let's see how many games were played in August. 30, yeah? So we get straight away the number of data that has been filtered with this formula. There's another way to do it, is using the subtotal function. Subtotal is a very powerful function because it allows to make calculations such as count A, but also average, sum, for data that has been filtered. So we could use subtotal for count A is number 3, And then we wouldn't need to use the special cells because this is already considering only visible cells. So this would give us the same result, 30. So that's just another way to do it. And I think that's it. So that's how we filter data in Excel using VBA macros. Thanks for watching.